All right, Will Platt from CareerCheatCode.com. Career Cheat Code, what we try to help people do is understand what jobs, what industries are going to grow the fastest in America, and then help you figure out what you're interested in or what you're good at or what you like to do, and see if those two things can be combined. So if there's a job that's growing the fastest in America over the next decade or so, and something that you enjoy doing, we're just trying to match that up as closely as we can. That's what we do at the website. It's all free. We hope that you enjoy the resource. What I wanted to talk to you today about was about resumes, presentation. What kind of what do you give off? What is your vibe that you give off, whether it's on your resume or how you dress? And so you know, I mean, perception is everything. The way that you conduct yourself, the way that you speak, the way that you dress, all have an impact on how people think about you and whether or not you get that dream job. In addition to that, though, it is also your resume. That's the first, usually, contact that you have with an employer. It's usually sent beforehand. So the way that your resume looks does tell something about you. It tells as much as what kind of tie you wear or car you drive. So when we're talking about a resume, what are a couple of quick tips that would just make it look better, make it be attractive to someone who's looking to fill a position in a company? The first thing I think is to space things out. You never want to give too much detail and have the information very cluttered. You want to be very organized. So never, give a resume some room. Don't put too many words. Less is always better. And just get the idea or the strongest points of each position onto the paper. You don't need to include all the other little details that just aren't as important or necessary to include. Don't include stuff that's already given. So if there are certain jobs that you might have done. If you were a janitor, you don't need to include, for instance, that you swept and you mopped. I mean, so these are the sorts of things where you just need to figure out what's really the most powerful information I can put on the piece of paper and leave out the less important stuff. Keep everything at one font. You want to make sure what you're emphasizing is very clear. So if you're using bold and underlined and italics, it's really hard for the reader to understand that you want to emphasize this point and not that point. So really just keep everything in one font, and then only bold or only underline or only italics. Don't do all three, because if you're doing some for some words, bold for some words and italics for others, it's not very clear exactly what you want the reader to focus in on. Use very specific details. So for instance, if you increase sales in a position, or you were able to cut costs, or you were able to increase revenue somehow, some way, right? You don't need to, what's less powerful is if you say, I increase sales. What's much more powerful is if you say, I increase sales by, and be very specific, I increase sales by 20% over a 2-year period, and make it measurable so that they understand exactly the benefit that you gave to the last company. Increasing sales could be I went from 100 orders to 101 orders, or it can be I went from 100 to 1,000. So you need to be very clear on exactly what it is that you're talking about. Hope these tips were helpful. Again, check out our website, CareerCheatCode.com, and please use our resource, and hope you enjoy it, all right?